It's 8 a.m. from Fox 35. This is Good Day Orlando.
All right, Florida teachers who have sex with students could soon face even harsher punishments.
That issue is actually going through the Florida legislature today. Bills moving through the House and the Senate would actually increase the penalty for teachers, coaches, and other authority figures who sexually victimize students under the age of 18. For example, right now, molesting a student is punishable by up to 5 years in prison. But under this new proposal, it would go up to a 15-year maximum sentence. Under current Florida law, sanctions aren't any more severe for teachers who sexually victimize students either, and lawmakers say it simply needs to change. Joining us this morning to talk more about it is Andrea Clements. She's an advocate with Sesame, which is Stop Educator Sexual Abuse, Misconduct, and Exploitation. Great to see you, Andrea. Thanks for coming in.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
So talk to me first of all about why you are so passionate about this.
Well, this is an extremely important issue to tackle. There's an epidemic. Right now, nearly 1 in 10 students will experience some form of sexual misconduct by a school employee by the time they're a senior in high school. It's almost 4.5 million students. And I was abused by my middle school teacher for years, and it took a decade for me to report the abuse. The school did nothing, no police report, and then 8 months following my report, the police indicated that the middle school teacher was in custody for statutory rape of 2 14-year-old girls. Oh. And I have to live with that what if my whole life of what if I had gone forward sooner, could they have been spared? So that fuels me every day.
What do you think about this bill and these proposals as far as making these laws and the penalties stricter?
I think it's critical. I applaud Florida legislature for increasing this. It's so important because without strong laws and penalties in place, children remain at risk. The deterrent stakes need to be set high so that potential predators might think twice before offending. What's equally important, I think, is legislature that's enacted to create a strong barrier between minors and predators so that they don't even get to the schools. Part of Sesame, what we do is we're endorsing a bill, Senate Bill 46, that will help prevent what's called passing the trash, which is a terrible practice across the country where a teacher abuses a student and is allowed to silently resign and move on to another school system, and that hiring school system is never informed about the abuse. And so these laws can help prevent the teachers moving forward because we're creating mobile molesters by going from school district to school district with no prior sex offense history.
Why do you think this is happening? I mean, we always talk about sort of the 1%. We realize 99% of the teachers are good, but clearly there is an issue here. What can be done? Further background checks? What can be done to prevent this?
A lot of different things. The main thing we need is training. And we need also, absolutely, background checks are actually a little bit of a false sense of security because they check prior criminal history, and with the passing the trash, a lot of times they're not getting caught until the 3rd school system that they're in. And so more children get harmed. So we need a much more strict vetting process in finding these teachers to be fit morally, academically, and psychologically to serve our children who are the most vulnerable citizens in our country. And training needs to happen. Everybody, all the stakeholders, students, parents, teachers, administrators, ancillary staff, they need to be trained in both how to recognize warning signs and grooming behaviors, and also the proper methods of reporting based on mandatory reporting child abuse laws so that they know what to do. Because sexual abuse very often will begin such as sexual abuse, sexual harassment symptoms.
Right.
Okay, very simple, and they're easy to spot if you know what to look for. So people need to be trained in that. Children can be spared sexual abuse victimization if bystanders can intervene earlier.
Andrea, if we're out of time, but can you please tell people how they can learn more about your efforts? Is there a website?
Sure, there is. My website is andreaspeaksout.com, and I am training people, and I'm acting with legislature and everything to get my story out, to train people and increase awareness, to keep our kids safe.
We certainly appreciate your efforts.
You're welcome.
It is
Thank you.
definitely needed. Andrea Clements, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
Okay.